So it's the morning of our departure. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. We woke up half an hour ago. In 1 hour we have to be out of this cottage, and we are heading north to France, to a small village which is called Vence. I'm really excited. We've been here for 2 months and we are really ready to move on. But of course we will miss the animals quite a lot. They are all so cute, and we have to say goodbye to all of them now and have some breakfast, and then we will drive for 8 hours, maybe even more, to France. Sometime in the middle of the road at a highway in a tunnel, our car breaks down, and we both never had a situation like this, especially not in a tunnel. There was not like an extra line for like cars that break down, so we were basically standing on a normal street with cars speeding up right next to us, and it was really terrifying, to be honest. Luckily we got saved really quickly, so there was a service car coming pretty quickly, picking us up and driving us to the next service station. And as it was already evening, we were not able to continue our journey on that day, and we have to stay in this town for 2 nights actually, because the pieces which had to be replaced in the car only came sometime in the afternoon on the next day, and the car only was finished in the evening of the next day, and it would have taken too long to get to Vence at this point, so we stayed another night. And all of this really postponed all of our plans. So I actually planned to already be here in Vence, obviously, and I still have a couple of jobs which have to be done by the end of this week. And it was kind of stressy for me in my head, especially because I knew I need that time, and having this time taken from me by having to wait for the car and being in a surrounding which is not really good for working, it just postponed everything and made me stress a little more. So yeah, it has been a quite busy week, but we eventually arrived here. It's a really beautiful little town here in France. I really love our little apartment. It has basically everything we need. So our first house sit was good so far. Maybe I'll let my former self speak for me. It's been really nice and we really enjoyed it. There are just a couple of things that we would do differently the next time we are doing a house sit. First of all, we realized that it's not that good for both of us if we stay that off-site. So you have to know, like, this house and this property is quite far from everything, every population, honestly. So to get to the next, even small village, you have to drive around 20 minutes. I mean, it's nice as you don't have neighbors or anything that really bothers you, but if you're a young person and you're here for 2 months, at some point you want to just be able to be in a bar and hang out with other young people, or just see something else than just everyday life. The second thing we would do differently is that we would not look for a house sit where the actual owners are there as well. We knew this obviously before we accepted the house sit, but we didn't thought it's gonna bother us that much, because we thought that the houses were far apart. But the fact is that from the house where they're living in, you can see directly into our bedroom, so we keep the curtains closed most of the time. It's just, it's nothing about them. They're really kind and nice, but it's just that you always feel kind of sometimes a bit like a child, because you have to do what they say, because they let you live there for free and you have to take care of the dogs and of the property and of the garden. You're kind of like a servant in some kind of way. You know, if you have a property just for yourself and you're of course taking care of the garden and of the animals, etc., but you feel more free, you just can be yourself, you can record YouTube videos. I feel really awkward recording YouTube videos outside when they're around, so things like that kept bothering us a little bit. And then the third thing is internet connection. They said that the internet connection is quite good. It is not really bad, but it is bad. If it's working, it's okay, but it breaks down like at least 5 minutes every hour. Here, for example, where I'm sitting right now, I'm not even able to like Google or just look up a YouTube video if I don't have like the extra receiver. We bought something that makes the Wi-Fi signal stronger, and it costed like $40, but that was really necessary, because else in our stone cottage where we are living in, the internet connection would not be as good as it is now, and we would not be able to work. And that's kind of a problem, because we need the internet for working. That's why we're digital nomads. We need Wi-Fi. That's actually the only really important thing we need to like work. So yeah, these are the things that kept bothering us a little bit. So as you can see, it was nice, but there were some things that we definitely would do differently the next time when we are looking for a house sit. One thing that I also realized is that the next time I'm at a house sit, I would definitely look for a house sit which doesn't have as many animals as we had. It was really nice and beautiful to have that many animals, but you just don't have the time to give them all the attention they need. Like all of the dogs obviously want like a lot of attention. Then you have like 2 cats which want to cuddle all the time, and 2 donkeys, and it's just a little too much. And at some point I felt really drained about all the attention they needed. It was at some point really exhausting to just keep up with that and just be fair to all of them. So yeah, the next time I would definitely look for less animals. So that's my conclusion after this house sit. I would not change it, but I would definitely look for specific things in the next house sit. Yeah, and now we're here in France. As I said, I'm pretty busy right now. That's why I couldn't make like the breakdown of my financial situation of August in this video, but I will do it next week. And I hope you enjoyed the little update of my life, and I hope I'll see you next Thursday. Bye!